What's going down? It's your boy Lee Allen. Now, I want to analyze this 2024 presidential election a little bit. I'm actually shocked at the outcome. And why do I say that? It's because Kamala Harris received approximately 12 million votes less than Joe Biden did in 2020. Where did the votes go? To me, it makes no sense. Now, you may think that the 2020 election was fair and nothing crazy went on. I myself don't believe that. Now, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I just can look at things like an adult in an objective manner, and it is what it is. It's what I see. It didn't seem like, now whether or not Joe Biden won authentically, maybe, but for the most part, what I can see, there was some funny business going on. And I'm going to tell you now, as I analyze this objectively, that the Republicans are coming for the Democrats. The Democrats better lawyer up, because the results of this election have given them a lot of ammunition to prove their point. And why do I say that? In 2020, Joe Biden received approximately, I think it was 82 million votes. Kamala this year, she received approximately 71 million, 70 million and some change. What happened to the 12 million votes that were there for Biden in 2020? Are you going to sit here and tell me that they just up and decided not to show up for Kamala Harris? I don't buy it. I really don't. And so you better prepare yourself for what you're going to see unfold in this country, because the Republicans are coming. And they feel they're still not over the 2020 election. And so Democrats better prepare, because they are going to dig, they are going to dig, and they are going to dig, because they're looking for something. And they feel they've proven it based on what they see now, because they're trying to understand, where did all the votes go? They should be there. On top of this, another key point of this election that doesn't make any sense is in the state of Pennsylvania. This state in 2020, Joe Biden received 600,000 more votes in 2020 than Kamala did this year in 2024. Where did those votes go? Pennsylvania's a big deal. Where did the 600,000 voters go that were there for Joe Biden? It doesn't look very good. It looks really suspect. Now, you may agree, you may not agree, but nonetheless, those are the numbers. And so right now, I'm trying to understand what happened.
Congressman, you brought up a great point. And let's play a game here. Let's 100% believe the vote count in 2020. All right, libs, hear me out.
Okay.
I believe you. Joe Biden got 82 million votes.
Yep.
I believe you. Okay, so here we go. We're going to play this game. We'll play your game, lib.
Oh, this pesky math. Look at this math.
Where the hell did they go? Exactly. Somebody explain that to me.
Where'd they go?
Here's your votes this election. It's only 4 years. Where'd they go? So clearly what you're admitting here is that this is the single greatest political failure in American history, where nigh on 20 million people decided not to vote for you in the time span of 20 years. Can somebody explain that to me?
After we got outspent by an additional $1 billion. This was the most expensive race in the history of this country. They were villainizing us. This is actually probably the most aware the American public has been about voting a couple of days ago. And you're telling me that 20 million people just evaporated? They just didn't show up? That's the question that we have got to ask. Where did they go? And President Trump just got 74 million votes. That's the highest count that a sitting president has ever gotten in the history of this country. Let's put that in perspective. And also, I'm going to tell you this about 2020. There were roughly 168 million registered voters, and roughly 157 million people voted. That's a 93.4% voter participation rate. That's better than Barack Obama in 2008. You're going to tell me that Joe Biden was more popular than Barack Obama in 2008? I don't buy that. I don't believe you. And we have got to do a full autopsy as to what happened in 2020, because it just smells fishy, Benny.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I mean, listen, either way, whatever way you cut it, Democrats are going to have to admit some type of catastrophic failure. Yes. Because the numbers don't add up. The math doesn't work.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I mean, somebody explain it. Either way, I'm so deeply thankful for this result. I really hope that we get to I really hope we get some answers.
The very beginning of.
Man, that is crazy. Now look at the numbers, and this is the problem right now. The Democrats have supplied the Republicans with some serious ammunition because they're going to dig, because they're looking now, and they're in the position of power now. So the Democrats better hope and pray that there was no corruption in the 2020 election or even this year, because the Republicans are looking for it, and they're coming, and they're not going to stop until they find it. So if they don't find anything, great. Everything was on the up and up. But you better hope there was no funny business going on, because they're not playing. The Democrats better lawyer up. I'm talking come with the lawyers thick, because these Republicans aren't playing. Something's up, and well, at least they feel something's up, and they're not going to stop until they find it. So I'm not sure how this is going to unfold, but it's not looking too good, because there's about to be some investigations coming along. You better believe it, in the near future. And it's all going to go to this. What's up? Where's the 12 million votes? Now, he was saying 20 million. I don't think those are the correct numbers. From what I can see, they've kind of fact checked that. And so the votes were still coming in when they made this show, this particular clip. And so from what I can see, Kamala got roughly 71 million. Trump got, 74 million and some change. We'll call it 75 million for simple math. So and then Joe Biden in 2020 got 82 million. We'll call it 12 million votes did not show up for Kamala Harris. That's a staggering amount of votes. And I have a hard time believing all of a sudden the Democrats didn't want to put the first woman into the presidency and the first woman of color into the presidency. What happened there? That doesn't make any sense. It really, really doesn't. So they're going to have some explaining to do. And on top of that, like I was saying, I got this next clip. This is Pennsylvania, way back in 2020, when they were debating the results or questioning the results of the 2020 election. This had to do with the state of Pennsylvania. So check this clip out.
The chart where there's a circle, it says on election day. What that indicates is there is a spike in loaded votes, 337,000 plus or minus some votes that were added in there in one big batch. So that was an anomaly in the reporting. Normally you would expect to see a smooth curve going up, not any big spikes. That's kind of what Greg was talking about, the anomalies of loading and uploading those votes. So that big spike that occurs there is a prime indicator of fraudulent voting.
And that's 604,000 votes in 90 minutes, is that right?
Correct. This is 337 votes, 337,000 votes in that
period of time.
Yes.
And when you look at this entire curve with all these spikes, can you calculate how much of a vote that accounted for Biden and how much for Trump?
Close to 600,000. I think our figures were about 570 some odd thousand that all those spikes represented over time.
For Biden?
Correct.
And how much for Trump?
I think it was a little over 3,200.
Hey, the Democrats better hope that they did not do no funny business in 2020, because I'm telling you right now, these Republicans are coming for blood. They are not playing, and they're going to get to the bottom of this because as far as they're concerned, when they see that Biden got basically 82 million votes in 2020 and Kamala got basically 71, that's a lot of votes. That's millions and millions of Democratic voters that did not show up to support Kamala Harris in 2024. Where did they go? And you can see how this is unfolding in the social media and the media world right now. The Republicans are coming at this like this is proof that there was cheating in 2020. If you listen to some of the articles I've read, some of the people on social media, they're just saying, oh, well, just all those millions of voters just decided not to show up because they were disenfranchised. They didn't feel comfortable with any of the candidates, or they didn't feel the Democratic voters did not feel comfortable with Kamala Harris. I don't buy it. I do not buy that many votes, 12 million votes, decided just not to show up. And when you go to Pennsylvania, as you just saw from that clip, Biden got 600,000 more votes in 2020 than Kamala Harris did in 2024. Where'd the votes go? Where did they go? Because it looks suspect, and that's the bottom line. And you better believe these Republicans are going to bring it. They're not going to stop until they find whatever they think is out there, because they think there was massive cheating. And they feel, many of them feel, that the 2020 election was stolen. Stolen. You better hope you didn't, because it's about to come out, and you're going to see some wild stuff over the next few months when it comes to election integrity and how free and fair our elections are. Because bottom line is, I don't care if it's the Republicans or the Democrats, the elections in this country need to be honest and fair, no corruption. That's in the story. There should be no corruption, because if the Democrats can cheat, so can the Republicans. And that's why cheating and dishonesty and the elections not being forthright is unacceptable on both ends of the spectrum. There's no place for that here in our country. This is supposed to be a democratic republic, not some third-rate banana republic. No, we're not Venezuela. This is not how this is supposed to go. So all people of this country should want our elections to be fair. And if it means we have to investigate to ensure that, then that's what needs to happen. I don't care if Trump's in the office or if it was Kamala Harris. We need free and fair elections in this country, and that's the bottom line. End of story. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think about the difference of voters? What do you think happened to 12 million voters when it comes to the Democrats? They just didn't want to show up? Or what do you think? Do you think there was corruption in the 2020 election, and these type of numbers kind of validate that? Let me know what you think in the comments. Well, hey, that's about all I have for this show. I just wanted to bring that up. I thought it was kind of fascinating, because the way I looked at it, it kind of didn't make any sense in my mind. So anyways, I appreciate you watching the show. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You know what it is. It helps the channel grow. Yeah, and I'm going to catch you at the next show. Life with Lee Allen.